There is a city where, as you step in, the steel and glass towers seem to whisper stories untold. Chicago, the Windy City, is not just about dazzling lights along Lake Michigan. It hides secrets that few ever uncover on their first encounter. Imagine the midnight wind rushing through narrow streets, carrying whispers of the past. Chicago once burned in the Great Fire of 1871, yet from those ashes it rose stronger, turning scars into symbols of rebirth. Perhaps that's why every street corner, every bridge, feels like it echoes with the voices of forgotten souls. What truly captivates visitors here? Could it be the soaring architecture that seems to reach for the heavens? Or the elusive tales woven into the rhythm of jazz, drifting from a hidden bar at the street's end? You will never know for sure until you discover it yourself. Chicago is a city of contrasts, loud yet quiet, modern yet nostalgic, familiar yet mysterious. A deep dish pizza may bring comfort, but a glance at the shimmering Chicago river lights will awaken a question. How many secrets does this city still keep? Leaving behind Chicago's bustling skyline, where skyscrapers reflect dazzling lights into the night sky, we enter an entirely different realm. Just half an hour's drive away, Northbrook emerges as a perfect contrast. Peaceful, green, and strangely comforting. It's often said, if Chicago is the city's heartbeat, then Northbrook is its gentle breath. Indeed, the calm here is not merely a pause after the rush, but an invitation to discover the quieter, more delicate side of Illinois. Along tree-lined streets, the whispering leaves tell stories of the four seasons. Northbrook is known for its vast parks, serene lakes mirroring the skies, and an atmosphere so tranquil it slows your steps. Beauty here lies not in grandeur, but in simplicity. And while Chicago overwhelms with modern marvels, Northbrook surprises with subtle cultural charm. From its close-knit neighborhoods to vibrant summer festivals, every detail radiates warmth. Perhaps it is this contrast that makes the journey unforgettable, a stop that doesn't shout for attention, yet lingers deeply in memory. Northbrook is not just a retreat, it is a gateway into the unexpected side of Illinois. A journey that balances both nature's calm and the gentle rhythm of community life. Leaving the Field Museum, the wind from Lake Michigan carries with it an echo of nature. The sound of waves crashing against the shore blends with the cries of migrating birds, forming a strange melody, as if inviting you into a new realm where the sky itself takes center stage. The path along the lake leads you to Adler Planetarium, a structure standing firm like a beacon of human knowledge. Here, the echoes of nature come not only from wind, water, and sky, but also from the harmony between humanity and the cosmos. You can almost hear the world whispering. Look up, the sky is a book waiting to be read. Inside, astronomical models and vast images of the universe unfold like a doorway into infinity. Every natural echo outside becomes the prelude to the grand symphony of the stars. Adler is not merely an observatory, It is a place where the yearning for discovery awakens. And as you stand beneath the dome of constellations, the question that resonates within you is no longer, how small is Earth, but how vast is the universe? As you step out of Adler Planetarium, a veil of mist from Lake Michigan begins to cover the lakeside path. Each layer of fog feels like a curtain hiding something ahead, turning your journey into a mysterious passage. The sound of footsteps echoes in the silence of the mist, blending with the distant waves, guiding you into another realm, where nature and the city merge into a hazy symphony. That misty path leads you to Lincoln Park, the vast green lung of Chicago. Here, it feels as if the trees themselves breathe out the fog, and every shaded trail hides an untold story. You sense that you are walking through a living oil painting, where nature is not just a backdrop, but a character guiding your journey. Through the haze, Lincoln Park reveals itself with serene gardens, ponds reflecting dim light, and birdsong piercing through the mystery. This place is more than just a park. It is a gateway into a world of quiet reflection. Perhaps it is the mist itself that makes Lincoln Park so unique. Not a mere stop along the way, but a sanctuary where you can hear nature's whispers, feel the city's quiet pulse, and discover within yourself a rare moment of stillness. Amid the bustling rhythm of Chicago, your eyes are suddenly captured by a massive metallic form reflecting everything around it. The morning sunlight glides across its curved surface, transforming it into a giant mirror that bends the sky, the towering skyscrapers, and even yourself, small yet wonderfully present. This is Cloud Gate, affectionately known as the Beam. The sight is not only dazzling, but also surreal, as if you've stepped into another dimension. With each step closer, the reflection shifts, a distorted, dreamlike version of Chicago, more magical than reality itself. You soon realize Cloud Gate is more than art. It is a gateway to a new perspective of the city. It invites you to wonder, is the Chicago in the mirror more real, or the one right before your eyes? Surrounded by the laughter of visitors and the constant flash of cameras, Cloud Gate stands tall as an emblem, a place where light, people, and architecture converge into an eternal moment. Leaving Cloud Gate, where reality and illusion entwined, your journey feels like a current seeking its way to the open sea. Step by step, you arrive at the Chicago River, where the city isn't built only on land, but also along emerald waters flowing through the very heart of the metropolis. The river is an open book, its pages inscribed with the layered history of Chicago. On its shimmering surface, the reflections of skyscrapers sparkle, making you feel as if you are drifting into a parallel journey, where every passing boat becomes a pen, sketching the vibrant rhythm of the city. As you walk along the riverbank, Chicago reveals itself as a master storyteller. Each bridge rising and lowering feels like a greeting gesture, a secret rendezvous between past and present. The gentle waves, blending with laughter and music from river cruises, turn the entire space into a moving symphony. The Chicago River is more than just a body of water. It is the city's lifeblood, a pathway guiding you to explore Chicago from fresh perspectives. Something in my steps slows down, as if a secret waits to be unveiled in the heart of Chicago. The city seems to whisper to me, guiding me through cobblestone paths where the wind and urban rhythm merge. And then I stumble upon an open space, Buckingham Fountain, rising not just as an architectural marvel, but as a gateway into a world of light and water. Silently, I watch. Streams of water leap upward, twisting through the air, then falling back in a rhythm that feels like a hidden whisper. It's as though the fountain longs to share an ancient tale, buried beneath its cascading waves, waiting only for those patient enough to listen. The reflections of light shimmer across the water, glistening like fragments of memory. I feel as if I am not merely standing before a landmark of Chicago, but before one of its mysteries, the kind that pulls you back, urging you to uncover, explore, and lose yourself within it. Locals often say that in the heart of Chicago lies not just a stadium, but a place wrapped in mysterious whispers. Soldier Field, the very name evokes memories of soldiers, resilience, and shadows that never quite fade away. It is believed that when night falls, the cold stone seats sometimes echo with unseen footsteps, as if the spirits of the past still quietly watch over every game, every event. Some even swear they've heard distant battle cries, woven into the wind, sweeping through the empty stands. And yet Soldier Field is more than just haunted rumors. It is a place where memory and the present intertwine, where history and pride are etched into its very design. To step inside is to feel an energy that is both powerful and elusive, as though every stone, every stair is retelling a story that remains unfinished. Leaving Soldier Field, where echoes of old battle cries linger, you step outside and are immediately drawn into another world, a world where nature whispers softly. The wind from Lake Michigan drifts by, carrying with it a gentle, salty rhythm, like distant echoes calling your name. Before you unfolds Burnham Harbor, not just a dock for boats, but a sanctuary for souls seeking stillness. The gentle splash of waves against the hulls, the cries of seagulls soaring above, all blend into a serene symphony of nature. Some say that if you listen closely enough, you can hear the heartbeat of the city merging with the sound of the water, a rhythm both familiar and mysterious. Burnham Harbor is not loud, yet it resonates within like an invisible symphony. Every boat moored here seems to carry a story, a journey, an echo waiting to be uncovered. And here, Chicago reveals another face, gentle, contemplative, and unexpectedly profound. From Burnham Harbor, your vision suddenly widens, like a canvas stretched endlessly before you. Sunlight reflects off the water, scattering into thousands of shimmering sparks, like shards of glass dancing upon each wave. And in that moment, Monroe Harbor emerges, radiant as if it were a living oil painting unfolding right before your eyes. Hundreds of pristine white sailboats line up gracefully across the deep blue water, crafting a scene both lively and serene. From a distance, they resemble giant seagulls resting, ready to soar toward the horizon. The sight alone slows the traveler's heartbeat, overwhelmed yet deeply inspired. Monroe Harbor is not merely a dock, it is a masterpiece in motion, where light, water, and human presence merge into a singular work of art. Anyone who arrives here cannot help but pause, letting their eyes feast upon this breathtaking spectacle. There are moments in a journey that cannot be explained, only felt. Leaving Monroe Harbor, I found myself following a sound echoing faintly through the city. It wasn't the waves, nor the footsteps of passers-by. It was a rhythm, elusive and haunting, as if hidden within Chicago's steel and glass. Walking beneath tree-lined paths, I stopped when a strange structure slowly revealed itself. Curved ribbons of steel intertwined and spiraled upward, like music taking physical form. A chill ran down my spine. I felt as though I was standing before a gateway to another world, where architecture and sound became one. The Pritzker Pavilion emerged not merely as a stage, but as a riddle waiting to be uncovered. They say no matter where you sit, the sound here resonates flawlessly, as if guided by an unseen hand shaping the air itself. Perhaps that is why this place has become the beating heart of Millennium Park. In that moment, I realized the pavilion was not only about music. It was about experience, about stepping into a space where sound stirs the soul, where silence turns into resonance, and where one may rediscover themselves within every lingering note. It was about experience, about stepping into a space where sound stirs the soul, where silence turns into resonance, and where one may rediscover themselves within every lingering note. Leaving Pritzker Pavilion with music still echoing in my mind, I heard a rumor about a mysterious harbor where the lake's surface mirrors the city's hidden secrets. They say that on foggy nights, ghostly boats drift silently, no sails, no oars, just shadows on the water. The path to Belmont Harbor carried both curiosity and unease. Trees swayed gently by the shore, and Lake Michigan stretched out calm yet magnetic. The harbor has long been a gathering place for elegant yachts, but beneath its polished beauty lies a layer of stories no one can fully explain. Some sailors swore they heard bells tolling from a ship lost more than a century ago. Others claimed strange lights sometimes glimmer across the water, guiding invisible vessels through the mist. Belmont Harbor, in this way, is not merely a docking place, but a threshold where reality and mystery blur together. As I stood there, quietly observing, a strange feeling washed over me. Belmont Harbor was no longer just a tale told by others. It became my own encounter, where every ripple whispered that Chicago still holds secrets waiting to be unveiled. From Belmont Harbor, as the morning light painted the lake in gold, my eyes were caught by a colossal figure of steel and glass rising against the sky. Willis Tower. It did not appear merely as a building, but as a man-made mountain, towering proudly, challenging both wind and clouds. Even from afar, its visual power was undeniable. Sunlight reflected off its dark glass facade, turning it into a massive mirror where the city gazed upon itself. Each tier seemed like a step leading toward the heavens, making anyone who looked up feel humbled before its grandeur. Chicagoans often say, if you want to know how vast the city truly is, go up Willis Tower. And indeed, as I approached, I felt as though I was stepping through a gateway into another world, a place where life, dreams, and ambition intertwined seamlessly. Inside, the elevator shot upward like an arrow piercing the wind, lifting me skyward within seconds. Then the doors opened, revealing a boundless panorama. Chicago unfolded like a living map, its rivers, boulevards, and the deep blue of Lake Michigan stretching endlessly. From here, one does not simply see the city, one feels its heartbeat. Willis Tower is more than architecture. It is a declaration of Chicago's relentless aspiration to rise, to touch the very sky. Leaving Willis Tower felt like descending from the peak of a man-made mountain, only to continue the journey back to where life itself begins. The path carried me across an imagined bridge, from steel and glass to soil and leaves, from the roar of traffic to the whisper of the wind. And then, as if traveling back to origins, I arrived at Garfield Park Conservatory. This place is not just a garden, but a gateway to a primordial world where nature is unconfined by the walls of the city. Each step inside the glass house felt like traveling through time and space, from the arid deserts where resilient cacti thrive to the humid rainforests bursting with vitality. I became a traveler on the road of life itself, where nature tells its eternal story through every leaf, every drop of dew. Garfield Park Conservatory is not merely a place to admire, it is an inner journey. It reminds me that after every climb to the skies, we must return to the earth, listen to the breath of nature, and rediscover ourselves. The music echoing from a corner of Chicago never seems to fade, like the city's heartbeat that pulses endlessly, day and night. I listen closely and realize that it is these very rhythms that guide my steps, leading me to what locals call the backyard of Chicago, Grant Park. Music here is not only in grand concerts or vibrant festivals, but also in the footsteps of visitors, in the rustling leaves dancing with the wind, and in the cascading fountains that sparkle like notes on a score. Grant Park feels like a living symphony, where the rhythm of nature blends seamlessly with the tempo of the city. As you enter, the park unfolds like a vast stage. Rolling green lawns stretch out, winding paths invite you to wander, and at the center stand iconic architectural landmarks. Rolling green lawns stretch out, winding paths invite you to wander, and at the center stand iconic architectural landmarks. Grant Park is also where music and art transform into celebration. From the world-famous Lollapalooza to countless outdoor performances, This park becomes the showcase of Chicago's creative soul. More than just a green oasis in the heart of the metropolis, Grant Park is a vibrant composition where every visitor finds their own melody. Music brought me here, and music ensures Grant Park remains in memory, like an unspoken song, gentle yet everlasting. In the heart of a bustling city filled with dazzling skyscrapers, one might think everything belongs to the rush and urgency of modern life. Yet within this very contrast, a place reveals itself with an entirely different charm: Navy Pier. From afar, Chicago rises like a massive wall of steel and glass, upright and commanding. But just a few steps away from downtown, you suddenly find yourself in another world. Navy Pier is like a bridge, carrying you from the rigidity of the metropolis to the openness of water and sky. Here, contrasts are not only in the scenery, but also in the feelings they evoke. If Chicago breathes like a giant machine, Navy Pier sings like a joyful tune where waves, breezes, and children's laughter create a melody of simplicity. On one side, the sleepless city. On the other, a place where time seems to slow, inviting you to breathe deeply and savor peace. The giant Ferris wheel turns slowly, opposing the restless speed beyond. Restaurants, amusement areas, and the wooden walkway by the lake draw people closer together, contrasting with the distance often felt among towering blocks of concrete. Navy Pier proves that even within a massive metropolis, there is still room for joy, simplicity, and moments that make you smile. It is this very contrast that makes Navy Pier an icon of Chicago, both a part of its vibrant rhythm and a haven of stillness amid the noise. Imagine a voice echoing in the heart of the city, inviting you to pause the rush and lift your gaze. Come here, to a place where every stone tells the story of the world. And then, standing before you, is Tribune Tower, a structure both ancient in spirit and mysterious in presence, urging anyone who sees it to explore. Tribune Tower is more than just architecture. It is like a giant book built of stone, whispering invitations to imagine. Embedded in its walls are fragments from across the globe: the Great Wall of China, the pyramids of Giza, even a piece of the moon. Each fragment is a reminder of how vast the world is and how Chicago has gathered these memories to share with you. Amid the modern steel and glass skyline, Tribune Tower rises like a figure from the past, extending its arms as if to welcome you into a realm of imagination. It is not merely a destination, but a doorway into a journey, where past and present meet, and where stories of civilizations converge in quiet resonance. As this journey comes to a close, Chicago is no longer just a city you've seen, but a living memory etched in your heart. From towering skyscrapers catching the radiant sun to quiet harbors glowing at sunset, from vibrant music echoing in the parks to whispered legends carried by the wind, every moment has left an unforgettable mark. Chicago is not only a place to see, but a place to feel. It stirs curiosity, awakens emotion, and reminds us that each fleeting instant of the journey is worth cherishing. And as the city lights slowly awaken against the night sky, Chicago seems to whisper a secret promise. Come back, for countless wonders are still waiting for you.